Good evening, good evening. Welcome to Talk Tuesday with me, Susan Wilkinson Cox, your intuitive holistic coach and mentor. Thank you for coming on and joining me tonight. Those that come on a little bit later, let me know that you have come on board, or let me know any questions you have by doing #replay and putting any messages or questions that you'd like to be asked in the comments or underneath this post when it goes live on the pages. I hope that we are all well and that we are in a more positive mental state, especially after my talk last week. But I'm excited to introduce our guest shortly and to bring another subject that certainly isn't, my forte, to educate us all. So it's going to be exciting. In the meantime, I just wanted to say that tomorrow morning at 7, not 6:30, we have got mindfulness meditation. So if you're able to join me to start your day in the right way, positive, clarity of mind, then come and join me. It'll be about 15 to 20 minutes. On Friday, we've got the word, and the word is all about reflective. So it's words or sentences that I will put out there on my page and give you the opportunity to get involved and be reflective upon, the words that I list for you. Not an awful lot going on in terms of other things other than the normal, obviously, sessions, one-to-ones, the meditation group and the psychic development. But if there's any questions or query, as always, then let me know. But without further ado, I'm winding down for Christmas now. But without further ado, I want to introduce my guest. So we've got a gentleman on here who is originally from the southeast of the country, so not very far away from where I am, now relocated, but he'll tell you all about that. He's here today to talk to us about crystals in particular. And then at the end of, or towards the end, or whenever we get there, he's going to be offering crystal readings. So do stay around for that, because it's going to be really exciting, because I'm going to get involved as well, I hope. The gentleman with us today is a spiritual teacher. He's a psychic medium. He's very passionate about spiritualism and his spiritual journey, which he will tell you more about. He was, by the age of 21, a top psychic medium within the Southeast, and he will correct me if I'm wrong. He says that his mission in life is to share his passion and knowledge with as many people as he can, giving people the tools to change and transform their lives. And he says that he's very excited to join us tonight and to talk about crystals. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will introduce you to Jozhua Fletcher Rose.
Hello.
Just want to say thank you very much for coming on board and making time.
No, thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure, absolute pleasure.
It's exciting. So I think you heard me introduce yourself then.
Yeah.
But anything you want to clarify, because I got a bit muddled.
No, it was all right. I mean, I did start my journey. I mean, I've seen stuff right from young. And yeah, when I got to round about my late teens, I sort of understood what I was doing. I really started teaching myself every tool, everything, even crystals, working with crystals. It's all been self-taught with my guides. Yeah. And at the age of 2021, I was one of the Kent's top leading psychics down there for about 5 years running, and it was it was fantastic. Wow. I had 2 groups of students, and there was about 40 students I was teaching at that age. I had my own paranormal team. I had my own holistic practice going on. I created my own alternative therapy as well. So much was happening at that age, and really it's just now I'm sharing that knowledge now and giving that out to as many people as I can.
Absolutely. And what I want to say to everybody in here jumping on, if there's any information or knowledge you want to know about crystals, I'm sure Josh will be able to answer those. I've got some questions here, but what are they best for, how to use them, and you're going to go through all of that with us, or a selection of them. If you guys have got anything particular that you want to ask, then put it in the comments and I will put it on here. Yeah, thank you. We've got a few jumping on now. Thank you very much. Yeah. So don't be shy. You're never shy, you lot. So just ask some questions on anything. Amethyst, agates, whatever it happens to be. It's not my forte. I know I work with them and I hold them, but I'm not knowledgeable on them. Oh, hi Sandra. Hi, Warner. Hi, Diana. Hi, Alex. Hi, Claire. Hi, Emma. They're coming on. So,
Hi,
uh,
everyone.
nice, Joshua, all of you, please. So, tell us. So, tell us, what is a crystal? Can we start with as basic as that?
Yeah, well, obviously we know what goes on in the earth. We've got all the heated mantle, and when that cools down, and we've got the minerals. It all depends, really. Actually, it all depends on time. It depends on how much moisture's in the water, how much air is actually circulated. It really defines what the crystal will be, and the minerals in the earth. And yeah, that's what really creates it.
Just
So
from the earth, that's what I'm getting at. We do find the crystals in the earth, the
yeah.
soil layers, whatever the rock formation. Okay, that's good. And tell us, what I know there's many kinds of crystals, and I know we have raw crystals. So my lovely amethyst here is a raw crystal. It's
Yeah.
large. It's
Oh,
my
it's
favorite.
beautiful. I love the
No,
deepness of
it's
that.
lovely, isn't it? She comes everywhere with me, so I love her. And then I have my raw crystal, which I do prefer, but then some of them are polished,
Yes.
and shaped. So does that affect the quality and ability?
It doesn't really affect the quality as such. It's really the reason why we're having them polished and we're having them cut into specific shapes is because we're trying to manipulate the quantum healing field.
Right.
So I've got here a point. So this is an agate point.
Yeah.
This would be a generator. This crystal, if you put it into a healing circle, this will be a generator. It's what's in center of the crystal grid. And basically, it's cut so that the energy will rise up from all the surrounding crystals and go upwards, and the point will then release it back out. So it really depends, really. Like it doesn't affect the healing property, it being raw. It doesn't really affect them being polished, and it just really depends what you're looking for in your cuts and stuff, really.
Right. Okay. And what is your favorite crystal?
Oh, I've got so many, but I suppose, I mean, I haven't, do you know what? I'm terrible for it. I buy all my favorite crystals and then I always feel drawn to give them away. So I don't have any of my favorite crystals on me,
Yeah.
but I love ameturine, which is a cross between citrine and amethyst. And it's like a orangey yellow with a bit of purple. It's like a blend of the two. That is one of my favorites. I love I suppose this is their favourite is a popperlite, and it's not a really crystal that you will really hear of that often, but it's like a cross between clear quartz and selenite. So it's
Oh, yeah.
pure white. It's absolutely beautiful, and its healing properties are so magnificent. And even if you like the toxic energies around your house, it is the number one crystal I'd say get in, but it's not one that you'd hear of often. But that's probably my favourite.
Maybe you'll
I
put that in the comments later on for us.
Yeah,
That
and I also love turquoise. So I always wear turquoise,
love.
always. And that is really for leadership and communication and teaching. So I always wear turquoise because obviously this is what I'm doing all the time. So
So
yeah, those
turquoise
are
is
kind of
very
my
good
three
for healing.
favorites.
So
Sorry?
turquoise is very good for healing, is it?
It is. It's good for healing. It's good for expression, communication, leadership, and just teaching. It's a very spiritual Native American stone. They used it a lot in the Native Americans, especially like the dream catchers and things like that.
Yeah.
So it really connects with that energy, that vibration, I find.
Okay. And tell us some of the ways that we can actually best use crystals. What I mean, some people say put them on your chest, put them on your heart when you're having a breakup or something, like maybe a rose quartz. And can we use them for healing? Can we use them just for ourselves, or can we do it for distant healing, or what? I mean, I always put them down my bra, to be honest, when I'm working. So that's my favorite one. But what? Tell me.
Well, it really is the thought and the intent that you're using it, where you're putting it, and what you're going to do with it, really. I mean, I like to put my crystals around the windowsills normally, or on my little kind of shrine that's over there. I do sometimes put them on and wear them. So really, if you're working it on a healing vibration, I'd recommend you have it near you, and it's particularly like a piece of jewelry, or you're putting it in your pocket or something like that. If it's for bringing in manifestation or something, I would recommend that you put it somewhere that you're going to see it quite frequently, such as your wallet, your purse, your handbag, something like that. For protection uses and things, it depends what you're using it really, but like protection uses around the house, definitely around your house, on your windowsills, places like that really. But it doesn't really matter where you put it, but once you made that intention, what it's for, and you program that crystal to do what it's meant to do, and then it does what it does. It doesn't matter where it is as such, but as long as it's in your energy and your vibration or your environment, it's fine.
So really, if we had if we wanted to start to work with crystals and we had to think about it, we'd have to think stuff. But my intention with this crystal is, and make sure that crystal aligns with what my intention. So setting an, as we know, as spiritual workers, setting an intention for whatever we do is very important, because obviously the spirit world hear it, and then the healing vibration, of course. So again, have that close. But I love the manifestation. I love the one when you said about protecting the house. So what would you suggest for the house for protection?
So really good crystals. I mean, one that is quite a common crystal that isn't too expensive would be tourmaline. So it's like a black stone. So that really does absorb negative energy and just transmutes it into positive vibrations. So that's black tourmaline. You can also get tourmaline in quartz, so which is probably like the double effect really. I haven't got any here, but it's like a white stone with dashes of black in. So that's another good one. Clear quartz, obviously, absolutely amazing. Really good protective stone. Well, probably one of the most common crystals actually out there. Works really well with the crown anyway. But the other one I'd say is apophyllite, which I mentioned, and selenite, which is this beautiful stone here. So selenite really is kind of reflects the light a lot.
Is it quite rough on the outside?
It is. It's quite brittle. It's quite rough, and you never put it in water because it will dissolve.
Well, that's interesting.
I have it here in tumble form, but you can see it's so fragile, this crystal, that you can any dent, any scratch, because it's so brittle. So you have to be careful with your selenite, but you can buy it in wands, little chunks like this, and I just put them around your house or in the four corners of your house.
Okay. And guys, let me just ask you, I know there's some questions coming, I'll put them up in a minute, but tell us what crystals you have, or tell us what you want to know about a particular. If you've got a crystal you want to know what it's good for, then we and then Joshua will ask those for you, and I'll come back to them. I know you're asking me those. I'll come back to you in a minute. So one thing I wanted to just ask you, and we'll go back and talk about some more crystals there, let me ask you about the crystals first. What about amber?
Well, amber is not a crystal, obviously. That's made with tree sap, but it's taken years and years to develop, and it's really like the residue of the tree and the earth. So really this is going to have a healing earthly vibration, so it will have healing properties, but it's going to be all linked with the earth. So it could be linked with personal growth, grounding, being here in the physical moment, connecting with nature, even connecting like on an animal communication, I'd say maybe. So it's really about the earth.
Because I do see that being a very popular stone with a few people now. That's interesting. But you said then about don't put it in water. So tell us about, I know somebody told me, put your crystals on the windowsill, full moon last night, night before, how do you clean them? And how do you know which ones you can or can't put in water? Or do you not put any of them in water?
Well, I do actually put my crystals in water, except for the selenite. That's the only crystal that I don't. And I've known that from personal experience. That's how I know. So just let you know, folks. Okay, it just dissolves. It just turns horrible. It's not nice at all. But I would normally cleanse my crystals in salt water. And I normally like to use the crystallized salt as well, because obviously it's all linked with the ocean and cleansing. And really, I just put that in the water and I leave that overnight. If I want to charge the crystals, then that is where I go with the full moon. So once a month on the full moon, we want to recharge our energy of the crystals So put them out in the full moon. Nice cleanse. But with the selenite, because you can't use it in water, and you don't have to use your crystals in water, I would recommend using sage, white sage sticks. Now, I hear a lot of people thinking, how can a sage stick cleanse and stuff? And really, on a scientific kind of mind kind of level, I'd say it's the thought and intent. I mean, I could sit here and say, right, I intend this crystal to be cleansed, and it would be cleansed, but some people find it difficult to visualize, so they have to do the long process of, I'm going to really make it happen, so I'm seeing it and I feel it, and it manifests in that way, shape and form, really. So it's like being disciplined and making a ritual.
Emma's here, and I know Emma, has her own little grid and quartz sanctuary, and she's saying she's sitting here with a selected 3 from my collection: clear quartz, daily she wears this; selenite, large and impressive, she says; and amethyst, bedtime sleep crystals. Is that a good combination, Emma?
Yeah, that, do you know what, amethyst is so good for sleep. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Well done. And then, Claire's confirming, a lot of people saying hello. Claire's confirming that she has apophyllite. Yeah, Claire has apophyllite, so she uses that.
Yeah.
And Sandra saying it's very interesting what you're saying. Everybody's saying good evening, Diana. Thank you. Jessica says, there you go. What is rose quartz good for?
Oh, rose quartz. So rose quartz works with our heart chakra. So this crystal really teaches us and balances us and teaches us how to love and respect ourselves, so that we can then develop that into the outside relationships around us. It's said to be the romance stone. It's meant to bring a lot of comfort and support, and is meant to be good for skin complaints also, on a physical note. But an interesting fact about rose quartz, actually, if you put it on your windowsill in daylight, the color of it fades. The iron in the rose quartz is what makes it go pink, and that really, it should be like a sort of pastel, quite dark pink. But the longer you put it in light, it just goes paler and paler and paler. So you kind of lose that effect. So you kind of got to put rose quartz in an interesting place. I would recommend, if you're using it on healing, it's got to be close to your chest. So, like you say, put it down your bra. But I have heard that a lot. But I mean, why not? But even put it under your pillow, or just somewhere with your skin.
When I was going through it, this is a long time ago, when I was going through a split, and my heart was really devastated. I don't know why. I just got a piece of quite a big chunk of it, and I put it like in the center here. And I don't know why. When I was meditating, I just felt a warmth and a calmness come over me when almost like it was activated. That's the only way I can say it. And that's my experience of it. So I can resonate with what you're saying about the heart, definitely.
I have a piece right here. It's only a small piece, so it should be like a very pale pink. Okay. And obviously, if it gets lighter and lighter and lighter, it goes like a milky white, and then it's kind of had its day, really.
Lovely, very nice. Wanna says, what is the best way to clear, charge and program the crystals? Now, we talked about clearing and charging them, but what does she mean by program the crystals, or is that the intention?
Right. So when you've got a crystal, say for instance, I've got this this is a venturing angel that I absolutely love. Okay, so that my intention is for this angel to be the angel of healing. I want it to work on a healing vibration. And obviously, like, because some crystals have so many different healing benefits, you might not need them all. You only want one particular thing about it. So to program it, you need to make that crystal do what you want it to do. So I would sit there and meditate just for 10 minutes with the crystal in the palm of your hand, and just really state the intent of what you want that crystal to do. So I want this crystal to send me physical healing, for instance, or emotional healing. Really narrow it down what you're asking, and just state that over and over and over in your mind for about 10 minutes. And what you'll find is that the palm of your hand start heating up with the energy. And once it gets warm, you know that's complete, that crystal's charged, it's ready to go. So really, you want to cleanse, you want to charge, and then you want to program.
And so I think it's interesting you say that, because when I do one of my groups, the early part, I was sort of saying, let's look at one crystal. I'm going to look at one crystal. And I was looking at essential oils as well to use. And obviously, when I started to research these, because I'm not the expert, there were so many different things that it could be used for, or properties.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of really important to take that on board for me anyway, that, you know, if I want this to be, you know, my amethyst of healing, then I sit with this, or anything else that I do, and then that's solely for that purpose, for my personal journey.
Yeah. And you've also got to remember, after you've cleansed it, you've got to do the same process again, because you've wiped the data on it, basically. So like, I've cleansed it in some salt water. It's got to be reprogrammed again to do whatever I want it to do.
Oh, that's interesting, actually. Very, I didn't
Yeah.
know that. So guys, make a note of that. I will. If I forget somebody, let me know. But yeah, great. That's interesting. Good question. That was Wanna. And Jessica says she has a selenite one. Did I say that one already? What do we?
You did, yeah.
Yeah, we said that one. Okay, right. Emma says she uses an amber bracelet to help teething her babies, and it works. So,
ooh, not a bad idea, actually.
there you go. Listen to Emma's question. Yes, Diana's confirmed about the night suit. Internet's gone slow. It's me, mate, uplifting. Right, okay. Yes, Claire's just confirming that she has lots of crystals around her health, and they do uplift her greatly, for sure. Just gets to thrive in the bra. Okay, right, lovely. Never released that program. Thanks. Never realized, or Avril's just saying thank you very much. She never realized about the program. Well, I didn't, but I guess it's like taking that intention with other things. It's a programming of the crystal, which is really, really interesting. And I guess one question I want to ask you, actually, and she's not on here tonight, and she'll want me to ask this: if you were a combination of crystals, I don't know what, I can't say what, is it possible that they could have an adverse effect on you?
Wow, I get asked a lot of questions related to this. So people say, I brought a crystal and it's affected me in a negative way. Okay, and my advice really is, it's not been done properly. It's not cleansed. It's not programmed. You know, it's not working. Maybe that crystal has been traumatized in some way, shape, or form, or somebody's fingerprints of a negative vibration has touched it or interfered with that energy. So really, it's all about just putting that state in the tent and the program, and really making sure that it's done properly. So meditate. Just tell your friend to meditate over and over again until her hands fill up with heat. Then she knows it's fine. It's fine to use. But you know, when you're in a store or a shop, or you buy crystals on eBay, because we can't open at shops at the minute. Yeah. All the shop people are touching those crystals. The people that are mining those crystals, you know, it's so many energies are touching that stone, that particular stone. So when it comes to you, and you know, it's got all that data, it's got all that fingerprints of those previous energies. So yeah, I mean, and you can cleanse it, but if it's had a traumatic experience, that's still kind of in the energy, I suppose. So I'd really kind of leave it overnight for a long period of time, maybe even longer if you feel need to, and just really program it. Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you. Thanks, Vicky, for joining us. She's come on board as well now. Tell me, share with us some of the I know that some of the people on here, I'm not going to open their illnesses up, but I know one of my ladies on here did have fibromyalgia. She's managed to heal herself in many ways and is a very different place. And I know that one of the other ladies on here has suffered a lot, you know, with well, let's deal with the fibromyalgia, the sort of, the, you know, lack of motivation, the pain, this sort of thing. What sort of crystals would you recommend for that sort of healing or pain, or how would they work? What would we do?
I would recommend really focusing on two types of crystals, really, because what's going on is it's affecting the root chakra and the crown chakra, really. So I'll be looking at something for the root, which would be red jasper or hematite, carnelian, all these reds and orange kind of crystals, even coral. I mean, coral's a natural thing in the ocean, but you can actually get pieces of coral. You know, this also works well with the root chakra. And what this is going to do is just really give you an energy. It's going to give you a buzz. It's going to give you a bit more drive to push forward. It's just going to give you, it's like a battery. Those crystals are like batteries. And what you can also do actually is put amethyst with it, because amethyst is its own battery in its own right also. So we
All
put
right.
amethyst into our crystal selections. It just magnifies the energy tenfold.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you could get the amethyst with those crystals.
Yeah.
Obviously, with fibromyalgia, you can have like brain fog and things like that go on as well. So I would be looking at things like opalite. So I've got opal. So opal is actually a man-made stone.
Yes.
Opalite is the natural, real form, but this is a bit of opal, but I haven't got opalite with me anyway.
Okay.
But like I say, you could use selenite, clear quartz, apophyllite, those kind of
Uh-huh.
crystals, and then
Yeah.
really that's just going to help clear your mind, bring clarity. So with
Yeah.
the combination of that drive to push forward, the combination of having a clear mind, where you're not with the headaches and things like that, I think that's just going to help a lot, really, with that physical problem.
Okay, lovely. That's good. What about this one? And we all get this, especially people at times when they're going through something. We could have a time of confusion or a time when we need to clear that mind, as you mentioned that perhaps students going in for exams or things like that. And a lot of the parents that like crystals like to put them under our children's pillows or give them something to wear. What would you recommend in that case?
So they just need something to really focus. So it would be red jasper, really. So this is red
Yeah.
jasper. So red jasper just really trains you to focus, be here in the physical moment and the present moment.
Yeah.
So that would be that crystal, yeah.
Lovely, lovely. I think we may have answered this question, but just in case of not, or Jessica, you may have missed it. How can you cleanse a selenite? Is it the same as you said before?
It would be sage. So I would cleanse it with get a stick of sage and just put the smoke around it, or just state the intent. I mean, like if I haven't got the sage, I state the intent in my mind. This crystal is cleansed, a bit like programming it,
Yeah,
but I'm programming it to be cleansed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I hope that's helped, Jessica, so you can sort of start to cleanse that. Claire says something like a sunstone for SADS was good. Is that right?
Yes, sandstone actually is a man-made stone. It comes in two colors. So you've got the sort of a gold sandstone, which is like an orangey, glittery color, and then you've got this other version, which is like dark, and it looks like midnight. It looks like you're looking at the night sky, and they're both very beautiful. They are actually made with some actual minerals as such. So they have got crystal healing abilities, which is why we use them in healing. But they
Yeah,
actually are a man-made stone. But then, if they're man-made, they're made with the intent of healing. They're
yeah,
made with the intention of making that work. So in my opinion, I don't see no wrong with it, because it's all
yeah.
about intent, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, it's the belief, obviously, to few.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, what about drive? So, we all get these moments, especially now, because as I spoke last week in my last program, is, we're all a bit down, we're a bit confused. We can't see the loved ones and do the things we want, or we've got to push through with that little bit of paperwork or whatever. What's a good energy booster? And maybe that's the right word I'm thinking of.
Again, do you know what? It would be jasper, really. That's for the
Really?
drive. It does so much, the red jasper. It's about
Yeah,
willpower, drive, focus, determination, and being present and grounding. So it's quite a powerful stone. But for the feeling down, because obviously we can't connect with our loved ones, and you're needing a bit of upliftment and a bit of a buzz and a bit of jazz in your life, I'd
yeah.
recommend this is citrine. This is raw
Oh, I
citrine.
love green. Yes, I
So I'd
love
recommend citrine for this.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I love citrine. I was lucky enough to get a very beautiful citrine ring, and I must go and get it out. You reminded me now. Maybe I'll get it out tomorrow. Yeah. Another thing that we talked about is we talked about how crystal can help with fear and anxiety, those sorts
Yeah.
of things. So how does that come about? And again, your recommendations again.
So the fear and anxiety actually is coming from stored in your solar plexus. So those who do not know what a solar plexus is, it's a chakra. So there's 7 energy points in our body, and their function is to absorb energy and take it around your body to where it's needed. And once it's finished with, it's released back out into your aura, and it's held by electromagnetic energy that's around your body. And aura is always changing around us, but what's really creating the problem, the fear, is the solar plexus, which your solar plexus is the yellow chakra, which is just below, above the navel, about 2 inches above the navel. So it's about here. Okay. So all that trapped energy, when this chakra is out of balance, it's trapped energy. So it creates fear, anxiety, depression. These are the problems that you can have. So with this chakra, to sort that out and overcome that fear and anxiety, number one crystal of them all would be citrine. I would recommend that one, or even yellow calcite, and I've got it in a pendulum form. This is one of my. I make jewelry, I make pendulums, and all things. So this is a very pale yellow in color. So I'd go for calcite, yellow calcite, citrine, or even yellow jasper.
Lovely, calculite. Okay, lovely, very, very nice. I like that idea, but I'm into the citron now, big style, very much so. Question here from Vicky: does red jasper have like a glitter effect running through it?
No, that is sandstone. So sandstone, what we spoke about earlier, is this color, but it's glittery. So that's yellow sandstone, or gold sandstone rather, as people like to call it. And if it comes in a darker color, then that's midnight. It's like the stars. So yeah, that would be sandstone, darling.
And if so, I know we all know about, we go to our little things and we buy the chakra dowsers or the chakra bracelets or the necklace and so. But if you had to say to somebody here tonight, you know, I'm new, I want to just start off with crystals, what 5 crystals or 3 crystals would you recommend that I put in my little pouch?
For newbies, really.
Yeah, with an interest for learning more.
Learning more. So really, I would go for, first of all, the red jasper for the focus, the drive to learn more.
Yeah.
So that would be number one.
Yeah.
Number two, I would say, would be opal for the clarity, keeping your mind clean so that you can absorb that information.
Yeah.
I would also recommend amethyst. So this is my chunk of amethyst here.
Beautiful.
So I'd recommend amethyst for just enhancing that energy, really, and really on your development, really, because it works on a development level. What else have I got that could work? I don't know if I've got anything around me. Well, yeah, I actually do. Confidence, learning about what you're learning about, be confident at what you're learning. So that would be citrine.
Yeah.
So that's 4. And then 5 will be solidite, which is this deep blue color. Okay. And that is all about self-expression and communication, expressing and learning about what you're developing in. Don't bottle things up. You've got to communicate what you're trying to get across, you know.
Wonderful. Yeah, definitely. So there you have it: red jasper, opal for clarity, amethyst to magnify, citrine for confidence, and solidite for self-expression. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Solidite, they're the ones. Okay, so let's see. So Diane says, thank you. I need to learn about crystals. When then you have to get in touch with Joshua and go on one of his courses then.
Yeah, I actually do have a crystal course coming up, actually, for beginners.
Well, you can go on here after and put the details in there. So this is Sandra. She's saying, do you have any nice story to share? Success of crystals. Interesting. Over to you.
Oh, yes. My husband, he's very he's not like he's a bit of a muggle. So he believes in it and he supports me, but he wouldn't practice it.
Yeah.
And it came to a point where he was looking for a job and his energies were so depleted and so down. He had no confidence in it anymore, and he just felt really depressed, really. And I came to this place in Lincoln, and it's like a little crystal sort of shack shop. And there was this lovely piece of citrine, and it had the solar plexus actually painted onto the citrine. And I brought it for him, and and he actually, for years, he's been carrying his citrine around. And I mean, obviously, it helped him so much, and he actually did get a job. He felt more confident. But don't go anywhere without this citrine. He actually has this citrine, and I think from a Muggle point of view, bless him, he's still got this citrine. So he must have some underlying belief in it, really. So I think that's really sweet.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, like crystals are a part of my everyday life. So trying to pinpoint a really successful story is a bit difficult, I suppose. I mean,
But that's nice though, in so much as that he was the way that he was, but he has held on to that. So there's something for him,
yeah,
and the change in him, simultaneously with him, setting his intention or becoming involved with this crystal, if you like. So
exactly.
the power is there.
I was hoping that it would give it back to me after he finished, but
You're not having it.
But yeah, I mean, I've been working. I just give crystals out all the time to people, and I don't even I have the I just like I know what crystal to give them. I don't know what their problems are, and then I tell them this is what it does, and it's what they need. So it happens a lot. So yeah, it's hard to. There's so many different stories and things that it's hard to bring to the surface. Actually, I can't really think on the spot.
I've got something important I want to ask you, but first, Emma's just asked a question. She says, does citrine help with bringing fortune?
Oh, that's a good question. A lot of people do use it for that, but my number one recommendation for this would be tiger's eye.
Oh, yeah.
So tiger's eye is like this beautiful, it turns brown and gold. This also can work with that solar plexus, but it is a intuitive stone. So you know whether to make that business deal or not. It gives you that insight, but also is a manifestation stone. So it's not good. I wouldn't say fortune's the right word, because other people's fortune might see it differently, but manifestation, if you know what you want, you're needing finances or you're needing a new job, manifest it with working with tiger's eye. It will happen.
Right. Okay. Another question from here. Then I want to ask you a question. What do you think of the black stone bracelet from Japan or China that brings wealth and good luck? I don't know about that. Do you?
No, I haven't heard about it, actually. I'm going to have to look it up now. It's intrigued me.
Feng Shui bracelet, she's saying it's called.
Feng Shui. I don't know an awful lot into the Feng Shui as such. I just know it's all about placement and energy. And I hear a lot of good things about it, but I've not actually come across in studying Feng Shui myself at the moment.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Question, storing your crystals. How should we store our crystals?
Have them out on display. Why store them? They've got to be out, they've got to be working.
Yeah, you should put them in the bag, you should leave them in the dark, you should do all these sorts of things.
Yeah, I mean, if you're putting it in your purse, and like I say, it's for manifestation of wealth and stability, that's fine, but if you can get them out, get them out. If you can wear them, wear them. And I've got loads of things around me. I make crystal bracelets, all sorts. So this is cherry quartz. It's very much like rose quartz, but it's darker. But it does exactly the same things pretty much. But yeah, don't wear it. If you can wear it, because it's really in your zone then. So wear it as a bracelet form, wear it as a necklace. If not, then just put it in your environment.
Yeah. You talked about people picking stones up in shops, and then we've got to cleanse afterwards. But where do we buy our crystals from? Where do we buy our stones from? Where would you recommend? Do you think you should? Is it good to order them online? Take away this thing that's happening, but if we could go in somewhere and buy them or select them, what would you recommend?
I would recommend you go to someone that knows what they're doing. I've had some bad experiences with eBay personally, where I've bought crystals and they're not the ones in the picture. Do you know what I mean? Especially from China, where I've had that a lot. So yeah, I don't recommend really work with that. We do. I'm a part of Spirit Sanctuary, and we've actually have a online crystal shop where we're live like this, and you choose the crystals that you want. And really,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
actually having them imported
Yeah.
directly from the people that are cutting them and making them.
Oh, right.
So it's less people touching that energy. Their mind, they're then cleaned and then they're sent to these people to cut, and then we've brought them, and we're the kind of the people that are touching them and putting them in their packages and sending them out. So there's not too many people. So really, there are quite a few little groups like this on Facebook where they
Yeah.
do the live videos. I don't see if they're buying them from a good source, then yeah, it's fine. But
Yeah.
the best place really is a shop, because you've got it all there in a sense. You can see what you're actually drawn to. You can touch the stone. You can kind of feel, oh, I don't know if I like that one or not.
Yeah.
And do you know what I mean? So that's the best scenario, though, I say.
Lovely. So we've got this question from Vicky. Jessica's going to put the link in here with regard to the black stone bracelet, so we can all go and have a look at it afterwards and look it up. And then we're going to do some readings, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so don't go away. Right, so answer this one. Vicky says, I have some on my window ledge and some on my bedside table. I try and group them together. Is this effective?
It would be effective. I mean, what you could do to make it more effective is position your crystals. Say, for instance, if you've got a tower, okay, so one of these lovely wand towers, that should always be the center, because it's like the generator. And what you're putting around it is absorbing and then releasing back out in a circular motion, okay?
Has it got
So
that round itself like a torus, so it goes up, back and under, or just out into...
yeah, it's gonna absorb up the tower and then release back out again, yeah.
All right,
And it will
lovely.
surround all the other crystals. It's going to like be a continuous loop of quantum energy.
Yeah, yeah, which is just like the Torah, isn't it? What they say, but that's another
Yeah.
story. We won't go into that today. Right, let's have a look. Right, so anything else that you would like to add before we go into the readings? And then you can explain how we're going to do the readings.
Yeah, so let's just do the reading, shall we?
Yeah, let's do the readings.
So
Okay,
what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a load of crystals in front of me. You're not going to see what crystals are what, you know, and I'm going to make everybody pick a number, and I've just got to decide what number is yet. And whatever number you're drawn to, if it be 1 or 7 or whatever it's going to be, it's going to be your crystal that you should be working with, and you're going to have a crystal meaning with it. You'll understand why this crystal's chosen you. Okay, so let me just get this all in order then.
so guys, let's get excited, get thinking about your number. Don't just do it randomly, have a little thought, and then put them in the comments, because I can't hear you, remember. And I'll just see if there's any on the other side, so I can just get those on as well, while Joshua just gets organised. Let me have a look. Let's have a look.
Okay. Okay, I think I've got enough there to go with one.
Right.
Oh, I don't like an odd number. Let's go.
I'll go for the even one.
Right. So everybody, I want you to pick a number between 1 and 14.
1 and 14. Okay.
So pick the number you're drawn to between 1 and 14.
And I'll tell you when they're all going up now. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got Emma with a 7, Christy with a 6, Diane with a 6, Vicky with a 7, Claire with a 6, Avril with a 1, 3 for Melanie, 4 for Warner, 5 for Sandra. Sorry, Jessica would like you to repeat the question again. 13,
okay.
13 for Sandra, 14 for Melanie, 8 for Kerry, 8 for me, and 7 for Jessica. So could you repeat that question? I think she's got it. Sorry, Jessica, the question? Pick a number between 1 and 14.
Yeah.
She's got 7. So we've all got our numbers. So remember your numbers and remember your meaning.
And it's okay if you're watching it on replay, you can still pick a number. It's not a problem, okay? So if you have chosen...
All right, go on.
Sorry,
do you want the numbers that have just been picked, or do you just want to go through them all?
I'll go through them all by one. So they'll be like, okay, yeah, I can understand why I picked that number. Okay, so if you have chosen number 1, this would be labradorite. So I'm going to show you this crystal. It's let me just get the camera right.
Yeah.
It's a very dark stone, but when you hold it in certain lights, it goes rainbowy. It's quite reflective. So labradorite works with the third eye. So if you've chosen this number, you're wanting to learn, you're wanting to develop, you're wanting to grow on a psychic level. You have a very strong instinct about you, but this crystal is all about harmony. You're needing harmony in your environment. You're needing balance in your environment. You know that things are a bit all over the place, and you're looking for something to harmonize and bring that together. Okay, so labradorite would be number 1. Okay, so it's really for people that are stressed out, really.
Yeah.
Number 2 is fluorite. Okay, so this is a beautiful stone. It comes in, I've got it in bracelet form actually as well. So it comes in shades of purple, green, and white. And fluorite is for the crown chakra. It provides clarity. So this, if you chose a number 2, you may be experiencing a lot of brain fog. You might be going through a lot of stress and you can't see clearly, you can't see the path forward. This is also a good stone for bereavement or upset or being let down by somebody. So if you've been really hurt, this is the stone for you. Okay. Number 3 is selenite. So you've got toxic energies around you, you've got negative people, chaos. Cut them away. Get some selenite in your life. Okay, so that's your crystal for number 3. Number 4 is solardite. Okay, so number 4, you're not expressing your emotions, you're bottling things up, and what tends to happen is your emotions build up and up and up and comes out in one big massive outburst, and this is not healthy. You need to tell people what you think, what you feel. So solardite is your crystal for number 4. So number 5 is amazonite. Okay, so amazonite is for the heart. It teaches to love and respect ourselves and our environment, and it teaches us to put ourselves first. So if you've chosen the number 5, you're not looking after your energy. You're putting other people's needs before your own. And this crystal is all about healing. You're needing that energy. You're needing that healing on a physical level. So this is number 5. Number 6 is opal. Okay, so opal is a spiritual communication stone. So you're maybe wanting to learn on a mediumship level and wanting to enhance your communications, but also provides clarity when things are not looking good. Okay. What's that? Number 6. I'm on number 7 now, aren't I? 2, 6, 7. Yeah, number 7 is carnelian. Okay, so number 7 is carnelian, and this crystal is all about creativity. Okay, it's about personal power, standing in your power, in your zone, and not letting people walk and trample over you. But it brings that creativity vibe. Okay, number 8 is rose quartz. Okay, so this is all about love, respecting your own energy and centering yourself. It's good for skin complaints. It helps balance and harmonizes the relationships around us, and is meant to be the romance stone. Number 9, if you've chosen number 9, this is red jasper, and this is all about being focused, grounded, fueling your self-determination, making sure that you complete those goals and making things happen. So maybe you're feeling a little bit lethargic at the moment and feeling a bit drained. This is the stone for you that you should be working with. Okay, then we've got number 9, I think it is, we're on now. So number 9 is tiger's eye. It's time to manifest our future. You've got a goal that you want to work on. You want something to happen. You need to make it and materialize it into the physical world. So this is all about new growth, new beginnings. It's about making things happen in the physical realm and manifesting them. Number 10 is amethyst. I love this amethyst, actually. It's got rainbow in it. So this amethyst is all about an energy buzz. It's telling you to trust your intuition, trust in your instincts. It's good for sleep. It's good for relaxation. So for me, you're not really, if you're choosing this number, you're not relaxing. You're needing to switch off. You're needing to connect with yourself and connect with your intuition and connect with those vibrations, because sometimes people are wearing masks and you need to see through them. You need to be intuitive, okay? And then we've got, what are we on now? 1, 2.
11, is it 11?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12.
Okay.
So 12 would be oh, I've gone mind blank now. It's tourmaline, black tourmaline. So tourmaline, again, there are outside influences that are controlling you. You're needing to absorb all that negative energy. Maybe you're in a job that you hate and you're working with negative vibrations. This is the stone for you. Absorbs it and turns it into positive. And then the last one is, no, it's not, it's 13 rather, is citrine. I've gone mind blank here. Citrine, I need some opal. So citrine is number 13. So this is for people that are suffering with fear or anxiety or depression, needing a buzz, needing a bit of upliftment. This is going to give you confidence. So citrine would be the crystal I'll be recommending that you're working with. So don't allow those emotions and those fears to build up. Do something about it, you know. Get some citrine into life and balance that solar plexus. And then the last one is it's agate. So this is a nice beautiful cut, actually. It's got a pendant I've made. So this is agate. This is blue agate, and this is a harmonizer. It harmonizes your energy. It also teaches you to express yourself, but it just harmonizes you in a general. Maybe you're feeling like your energy is a bit rickety rockety at the moment and you're needing something to just tone everything down, bring a bit of relaxation in, and just really focus on yourself. And it's meant to be very good for blood pressure, I hear, as well. So yeah.
Have you got, are they still in order? Because you've had a few questions.
I do, yeah, I do have them still in order.
Number 6, what was number 6 called, and what was number 9 called?
So 6 was opal.
Oh, yeah. So there you go. Who asked for 6? And then number 9. So 6 was Christy, yeah, and number 9 was
red jasper.
Red jasper. There you go. Yeah, that was for Jessica. Red jasper. Yeah. Sandra says, "Wow, that's a perfect match." Avril says, "Yes, so true." And then I picked pink quartz, and me and Kerry, and I've said that's absolutely true for sure. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. But it's amazing how much they can bring and how much the people can bring with what you're saying and how much effect that has on a person. And I like what you say about wear them. Have them, change them often. Definitely, I think it's so important. I think people forget that. I mean, like, we wear them as jewelry, but they're actually tools, you know, and that's what we just got to remember. These tools need replenishing and looking after. Yeah, absolutely. Jessica's come back. She's not letting this black bracelet go. She's saying it's black obsidian it's made of.
Oh, black obsidian is a brilliant crystal, actually. Yes, black obsidian looks very much like tourmaline, actually. Only it's got a bit more of a glassy effect. They call it like the dragon glass, you know, if you want to watch Games of Thrones and things. Beautiful, beautiful stone, but breaks and shards very easily. It does, black tourmaline. So you have to be careful not to knock it about. Sorry, black obsidian, right, not tourmaline. Black obsidian works with actually a combination of the upper chakras and the root. So it kind of skips out all the middle. Works with throat, third eye, and crown, and the root. Right. Okay. So, Jessica, I hope that as you were persistent, I will give you that, and I hope that that has answered your question for sure. And Diana says it was amazing and it was true. And Jessica just gives us a bit of a laugh. She says, yeah, she's happy. She's got to the bottom of it. And she's all the way in Blooming Jamaica. Listening. Oh, is she? We've got quite a few people. Hope you don't mind me sharing that with the world, Jessica. But yeah, we have.
But no, that was absolutely brilliant. Is there anything that we need to know more? And I know there's always something we need to know, but is there anything that you'd like to add? I think we've covered an awful lot for everybody.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, any more, and I'd have to charge you for a course.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm dropping my phone.
Oh, you bring your phone. But I'm putting on the bottom of here. There is the contact detail in here for Joshua, and he will be putting some comments, and I will be in here afterwards, you know, and his website is there. You can go and see him, see the things he does, get involved in some of the courses he's offering. If you want to know more about crystals, you know, or whatever he does, it's all there for you to see, you know, and, you know, just, you know, search, you know, we're all on our journey. We all want to learn more, you know, knowledge, and, you know, it's not just from one person. We're here to share each other and each other's knowledge, as with all of your knowledges too. Anything?
I do a lot of readings and stuff for free over my Facebook as well. So if you ever need any guidance, any of you, you're more than welcome. You know, been a lovely crowd.
Yeah, that has been great. So on that note, I will leave it there. I'll just pop you in the green room. But thank you so much. Lots of blessings. Really, really enjoyed that I did. I'm sure everybody else.
If you have any more subjects you want to go for, just invite me back. I know quite a lot, so I'm happy to share it all, honestly.
I will, absolutely. Lovely. So don't go away, but thank you very much. When I just guys. Okay, guys, thank you for coming on board. You know, I love you so much. You never let me down. I really appreciate it. I hope you got as much benefit from that as I did, and I know Joshua did for sure. It was great. I don't know. I'll find out for you, Vicky, if 16-year-olds can do the course. Yeah, thank you for connecting. Thank you for coming on board, everybody, and all your questions. You're making my Talk Tuesdays what it is, or our Talk Tuesdays. Don't forget, I've got 7 o'clock tomorrow morning meditation if you'd like to join me. I've got the Word on Friday. We've got Talk Tuesday next week and Affirmation on Monday, and a few more other things coming up. I love you lots. Take care. Good night, and God bless.